welcome back. And we got some bad news, good news, and some ugly news. Let's get through it. We've got one of the biggest stacks I've ever seen in my life. We're going to have to work out how to take it down.
It's alright. It's not too bad, really.
It's Italy. They've got an overloaded big stack. Should we have a look at what's in it, John?
Mm-hmm.
4 main battle tanks, level 3, combat recon for the site, and 8 naval infantry. Now, the alarm. What level? Level 4. Now, alarm bells on the naval infantry are basically their air defense. They've got 1.5 air defense each, which kind of renders our strike fighters not useless, but they're going to get damaged, and that's why they were getting so damaged attacking them before. So
Yeah.
Oh, Moscow's air base is active now. That's why they're doing it. They've flown in all those naval troops.
Probably
Maybe.
still worth just sending our strikes at them, and your bombers as well if you stick them in a stack. They're really good against destroying troops, and the tank still has no anti-air.
Yeah.
So it's worth it.
No anti-air on the tank. So I've only got one bomber ATM at the Mo. Another bomber in 8 hours.
How many strikes you got though?
Not many. I've got like 4, but I'll stack them together. I think when I've got 2 bombers, I'll stack them together with 3 strikes. My strikes are a bit damaged, so what I'm going to do is send after I've hit. Do you know what God, I don't know what to talk about next. I've taken 2 Russian cities, and they are absolutely gone now. I mean, Russia are pretty much left with their capital and maybe, I don't know, a couple of other cities somewhere, 3 at the most. They're really not going to be doing much. They may even have gone out of the game, but I did message them, and they replied with some weird message. So they are still playing, but I think they're just kind of in it to try and egg Italy on to try and attack us, because it seems like Italy has been the only country in their coalition that's done any damage, and they've gone so far from home. I mean, what a reach. Italy have really done as Russia have commanded. It's amazing.
Yeah, they seem like a big threat. We've got to really assess what we're going to do if we can't fight them off with strikes. I think it's just going to be a case of falling back. Like he's overstacked this stack he's got. How many troops has he got? 13 there. So it's only traveling at 84% speed.
Yeah.
You can see the efficiency there. And you remember how long it's taken us to get through Russia, so like we don't need to panic anytime soon. And we can maybe even just go round it.
Yeah, maybe we could just like ignore it.
Yeah, and I've actually bitten the bullet and started sending some rocket launchers over, which will get there in 3 days. What?
Look at what I'm about to do. Look at my troop right near them. Turn around. Have you seen it? West of Moscow, I've got a troop nearby. I was going to go up and take St. Petersburg, but they've moved their big stack out of Moscow, presuming they've just left it defenseless. My troop could walk in with help from our strike fighters into Moscow. And
yeah, and that's the thing. Then he's left with a dilemma, right? He could split his stack in half to defend Moscow and lock you out from taking it. He could send all of his troops back and keep them safe from the strike fighters, but make absolutely no progress in advancing. Or he could do, somewhere in between that. But if we can get him to split up his troops, that would just make them much easier targets. So really, just with that one troop, you're pulling him in 2 different directions. So that's incredibly useful. You've just got to watch out to make sure that they are unable to send any planes there. They seem to have just not researched any form of strike fighters or choppers, much to their detriment.
Yeah, thank God. But very strong ground force. I mean, if he just sent that at one of our capitals, yeah, would have to think about what was going on. So the backup option, I mean, it's going to take him what, days and days and days and days to get anywhere near my capital, let alone yours, which is beyond. And you know, I mean, he's not going to do any damage whatsoever. It doesn't matter if we lose land or cities up there in the fighting zone. So I think I've got so long, and believe it or not, I may be able to research an additional 2 levels on my rocket launchers and then fly them in to attack that big stack. Now, if we have a look at how many rockets I've got, what's your best guess?
Oh, you've got like 7 or 8 now, haven't you?
Yeah. So I've got 5 on the west coast, and then I've got 2 on the east coast, and then 1 in transit. So I've got 7, and I'll have 8 in 15 hours. So I've got the recruiting office level 3. I'm just pumping out rockets, and I'm going to build. I'm going to build another recruiting office after that. That'll start in 6 hours and take probably a day and a bit. Yeah, one. So I'll just be able to pump them out even faster. And knowing that he's got naval troops, I'm just trying to put like a mechanized infantry on all of my home cities, just to give them some sort of defense, so that we can get a strike or a bomber to them. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting one, the Italy big stack. But my God, he's just got a huge, massive stack in the middle of nowhere for no reason. But actually, the reason is he was defending Moscow, the capital city of a totally wiped out and doomed alliance member. So if Italy really sat back and thought, yeah,
and he's sending it in possibly the worst place possible. He would have a much easier time moving it through Iran. Or just, as you say, going straight for one of your home cities again.
Yeah, if he just landed them near my home cities, like Karachi, I would not stand a chance. I'd struggle to fight him off, that big stack, if it went straight for the capital. Really struggle. So don't tell him. Not that they can do anything about it. I mean, that's stranded in the middle of nowhere now. Once we, if we can take out Moscow. And also, this airbase, I put some agents on that, but he must have either defended it or started rebuilding it straight away. Remember that airbase west of Moscow? And down a bit. It's still there, but it's active. So, yeah, I can't see any other air bases. Just got some strikes going for Russia's air superiority down there that's just randomly circling.
Yeah. I'm searching the rest of these Russian territories to see if he's built any random air bases. It doesn't look like he... Oh, hang on. He has.
Have you found one? Oh, where is it? Because you got to click on
Providenia. The furthest east territory. He's building an airfield.
East. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, right. Doesn't he realise that you've got to have one vaguely near to even get there? And the next one. Have you seen the next one?
Oh, no.
And he's built a pontoon next to that one.
Oh my God.
Have you seen?
Yeah.
Now it's the pontoon that we need to worry about, nothing else. And
is it
another airbase? 3 air bases along the top. Wow, that's special.
That is a bit special. It's going to take him forever to get anywhere. We're going to see him coming a mile off, and he's not going to have any anti-air. And well, it's just going to be Italy flying in his troops there. Maybe the other coalition members, but
Yeah.
good luck to them. We'll
Well,
just keep pumping out strikes, I think. Strikes and bombers.
yeah. So if we have a look at the bombers, Jonathan, so you said it yourself, but a picture paints 1,000 words. So attacking rating is 7 attack on troops, which is big because on our strikes it's like 4, 4.5, depending on their level up. Only 3 on hard targets. Quite big on like buildings and stuff, so I could take out his air bases. Speaking of which, I'm building one there. Don't tell anyone.
Probably the best way to do it, actually. Like, don't even attack the stack. Just take down the air bases with the bomber.
Yeah.
But stick some planes in there just in case, like, he sends his air superiority.
Yeah. Yeah, just take down their infrastructure. There's 2 air bases there. I don't even know why I haven't sent my bomber against these already. My solo bomber. Right, come on.
Where are you going to go for first? The Western Territories. We're just not going to worry about the East at all.
I'm going to go for the air base. Do you think I should go for Moscow or the Western air base? Because Moscow's got the air base.
Go for Moscow first.
Done. 2 hours, 47 minutes. That's quite a long way to go. Okay, Moscow's getting bombed and they're going to lose their airport. Why didn't I do that before? Could have stopped all them coming in, but hey-ho.
Oh, he's clearly very intent on flying them in somewhere. Who knows? Maybe troops will fly over anti-air. I've got some semi-tactically placed in Nizhny Novgorod, so if they try to fly from Moscow to any of these air bases, they're going to have to fly over it.
Kazakhstan did that. He flew over one of my anti-air when I was in his capital. Yeah, and he's trying to send them all the way over to the east to try and, I don't know, somehow get south or, I don't know. We're both sending troops towards the Russian city in the middle. That place where I sent a random combat recon and nothing else.
Fair enough. It's just been city sitting. My troop will just move on to take some of these provinces. I've got another one which is doing a big round journey.
Yeah.
So
that's a good one.
Yeah.
And it might even be quicker to send some by ship to some of these far-flung provinces, but you can't land, can you? So that's why he's built the pontoon. They've built the pontoon. We don't know if they're a boy or a girl. Pontoon there.
Could be a robot or some kind of animal.
Could be.
You never know.
You're an animal.
We're all animals.
Yeah.
I've invaded Australia.
Oh. Let's have a look.
Varying success. I actually need my strike fighters down here too, so it's a little bit inconvenient. He's got a stack of tank destroyers and level 4 infantry on Alice Springs. Tim's sending around a boat to take down all the troops on each city one by one. But he's obviously not going to be able to get there.
Yeah. Well, why don't you send down a big stack of strikes? Because they're not. You don't want to be just burning them out on that big stack of Italy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if we all do a big attack all at once with, when I get a couple of bombers and you do your strikes and I've got my strikes, then maybe. But I can't see any point in attacking the big stack for a while. Can you?
Maybe not. I feel like Australia is just going to sit there and do nothing though, and Italy is going on the offensive.
Okay.
So that's it's a question of momentum. We've got the upper hand now, and he's just starting to push back. But as soon as he starts taking a few of these cities, then suddenly there'll be more air bases, and it'll be a much bigger problem.
Yeah.
I don't want to give him any leeway.
I've got a towed artillery. I'm bringing out the big guns, John. I've got towed artillery that's nearly dead that I'm going to send toward the big stack and do some hit and run.
Well, I mean, like if you're just harassing him, then it just buys you time to get in your launches, and in 3 days mine will be there. And then if he's moving that slowly, then we can just do hit and run tactics, and he's not going to have he's not going to be able to do anything. No strikes, no anti-air.
Yeah. Hit and run, annoy the absolute bejesus out of him. I wonder if he's flying in some sort of air spot. Surely he's got to be thinking something to do with air. Maybe that's coming. I don't know. We'll take out these air bases anyway. And so this air base I'm building furthest west in what is technically, is it Azerbaijan? In the westernmost province in Azerbaijan. There's a chance I can hit a city in Italy, but I don't know yet. So once it's built, we'll test the bomber range. And that's been one of my main goals, to very silently and subtly sneak a little bit closer to Italy. See what
Italy is going to be my target as soon as I can get within range with my subs.
I'll get them first.
Okay. I'll race you there.
Okay.
I'm in the process of researching the not ballistic missiles, the one before that, the guided missile program.
Well, hey.
And the next step is ballistic missiles. Yeah.
Very, very nice. Whoa. Okay, very nice. Ouch. So your subs can hit his land.
They'll be able to hit Italy's cities from around about Egypt, I reckon. So I'm just going to push through the Suez Canal.
Lovely.
Sit somewhere snugly next to Heraklion or Limassol and just start firing away.
Looks like Italy's our next target. It started with Russia because they just kept it got a bit weird about Kazakhstan, didn't they? It was like,
yeah, and also like we were receiving exactly the same messages from Kazakhstan and Mongolia.
Here we go.
Which makes it seem like they're exactly the same person.
Would you say that Kazakhstan and Mongolia were the same person?
What? Yeah, it was the mannerisms in which they were spreading abuse. Some very unique turn of phrases, were pretty much copy and pasted messages.
Some very specific insults that were very X-rated and very, very specifically X-rated and odd and coincidental that two different players should be sending you weirdly similar unique messages at the same time, same sort of time, one after another. Yeah.
I feel like I could say the phrase out of context and it wouldn't be rude, but I don't even want to repeat it. So.
No, very bad.
There we go. Move on with our lives.
Very bad people.
Very, very naughty.
They can
especially because he's cheating and playing two countries at the same time.
Well, he is, isn't he? But not very well. But,
no.
But is it just two?
Exactly,
but was it just two countries?
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're
more?
going to cheat, you might as well win the game, like, crikey.
I presume you can do one country on your mobile, one on your desktop. You can use your mobile data, not use the Wi-Fi, and then the desktop do the Wi-Fi. And there you don't have the same IP address, and then they don't catch you.
I had to do that before when I've been in the same location with Tim and we've tried to start a new game because it picks up on your IP address. So you can't actually start a game on the same IP address. But yeah, if you were to use a VPN...
Ooh, it's an aircraft. Oh no, that's right. That's just his...
We shouldn't condone or explain how to do any of this kind of awful behaviour.
Very bad.
Aircraft. What's going on here?
Bad people. Oh, it's just the air superiority. It just went out of sight of my troop because it's patrolling. But my strikes are about to hit it. So they're 2 minutes and 40 seconds away from taking out Russia's only aircraft, it seems. The air superiority they started with. Ooh. What is going on here? Okay, something odd has happened. Maybe I'm just mistaken, but I thought I had 4 strike fighters and 1 air superiority fighter. But now I've got 3 strike fighters and 1 air superiority, so I've lost a strike fighter.
Oh,
I think there might be some anti-air around, but they've flown directly from my capital to the airfield. What is going on? I'm going to have to watch the episode back, I think.
you're not just looking your notifications to see what actually attacked you. Have a little forensic deep dive.
Or if anything has attacked.
Yeah.
It's
When was
not
the last time
showing.
you had 5 planes?
Oh, I thought at the start of the episode maybe I was mistaken.
Oh, you need to look into this. Definitely. We need to watch out for anti-air.
Okay, I'll have a look. See what the episode started with. Maybe I'm mistaken.
So we've been very blasé flying our planes around because we always work on the assumption that nobody has anti-air. Most of the time that's true. But that does mean when people actually go to the effort of making anti-air, you usually get bitten. Usually lose
Ooh,
stacks of planes.
very
It's very
badly.
disheartening.
Oh, I've got
Yeah.
some spare electronics still. My production's
Oh, that's
fantastic, and I just can't use
Yeah.
them fast enough. Put another 1,500 up,
Oh, yes,
and
please.
I've got a reasonable amount of supplies and components. I could pump them into, like combat recons or something, but I don't really see the point. I may as well just focus on the higher level units.
Yeah. Put 1,500 up for 7.
Cool. I obviously won't do that while we're on, because I always
Yeah.
end up, it's the hotkey, isn't it? It ends up ending the recording, so I'll do that later.
Be sure you don't need to press the space bar to accept
Enter.
it, but enter is
Enter.
it? Oh, there we go.
I did the one key you actually use in the game.
That's true. Maybe
I'm
you need
so
like a
used to it.
touch screen or
5
something.
seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Am I going to take it out? Yes. Have I done it? The blip's gone. Let's have a look at the notifications. Enemy defeated. Yeah. Eliminated. What have we got left? Okay, so my air superiority took like half the hit. Half its life off, most of the hit, and then the strike fighters took less hit. So the air super must have led the attack. Okay, cool. Well, so I'm going to send my strike fighters and my air superiority, which now total 4 in the stack, back to base to recharge and just mend themselves. My airbase has got a fairly good hospital on it. It's only level 3, but they'll heal up in absolutely no time at all.
Yeah, this was an issue up north. My planes have just been resting in provinces, and they haven't been healing at all.
Yeah, and they were ultimately hitting Moscow and these naval infantry that have the really high air defense. Mine were too, and I lost a few strikes as well. So, and they were probably entrenched.
Well, I think he's added more troops to there since we first started hitting him.
Yeah.
And he's lost the entrenchment bonus now. I'm going to send in 5 or maybe 6 planes overstacked to just hit him and see what comes out of it.
What happens? Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got another half an hour before he even gets to the center of that province. So we're probably looking at tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon for when he reaches Nizhny Novgorod, and I'll just have to abandon that realistically.
Oh yeah, sack it off. I mean, some of these provinces, it takes 5 hours and just to get to the center of one. So he could take a day just getting anywhere near, let's say, north. Could take from where he is. It could take him 2 days to get to the north of Kazakhstan.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So I could potentially research rockets, but even if to a point where I can fly them. If not, I could certainly just mass them together and meet him at some point. If I put my rockets in a mountain, in the edges of some of my territory in South Kazakhstan, then they get a bonus, they get a buff, and so I could potentially have about 10 rockets by then in their own stack. Of course, I'd put air support, and they would have 4.5, 4 attack on troops and hard targets. But actually, that's now. If they're leveled up to level 4, they are looking at 6 attack on each, attack range of 100, and when they get near, just run away, hit and run, and then we can be
those mountainous provinces are the best for their damage buff that they give. And when it starts getting a bit more compact, you can kind of like follow along in an adjacent province, and then they have to choose between coming after you or continuing on their path.
Yeah, and if it comes to it, I can split, go 5 rockets in each stack, split. They can only go after one. The other can keep hitting. The other one can keep running. We've got a lot of options, and the buff is 25% plus attack if the rockets are in a mountain.
Yep. Yeah, we've got lots of time to react. There is a steamroller coming towards us at 1 mile an hour. So we can just walk out the way.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably just leave him to it and see what he does. See what he thinks important. What's he going to go after? Kazakhstan's capital? Is he going to come for me? Is he going to come for you?
I think he's just living his best life,
well,
to be honest.
That's the best way to do things. Good on him.
Yeah.
Remember, in the meantime, we can take Moscow. Yeah, don't forget that. So my troop's 8 hours away from Moscow.
Yeah, so maybe I'll just try cracking into the stack once, or maybe I'll just entirely avoid it, and we can see if we can isolate the stack.
I think
maybe that should be the priority.
I think ignore the stack. I just think ignore it. You just waste your strikes, and we could use it on other stuff. Now that the stack isn't defending Moscow, I think we should go for Moscow. Should we just attack Moscow? Because we'll get the airfield,
that's a great idea.
And then we'll go for the western airfield, and then we'll look at what airfield's nearest. Just go for those. Have we got any? The biggest risk in Russia's far east is the pontoon. The planes don't, the airfields don't matter because you can't get to them. They're too far away from anything. But the pontoon, he can land things. I don't know. I mean, it's a bit of a stretch. Still so
if
far.
If he's going to the effort to take troops into that pontoon, oh no, he'd be moving troops out of the pontoon, wouldn't he, to invade one of our coastal cities?
Oh, right, yeah, because Vladivostok he might consider as gone, so he may have moved troops up there to move them out. Yeah. He could randomly just land on maybe Tim's home cities with troops. I don't know. It's unlikely.
It's a bit of a stretch, and it's going to take him a while, whatever he does.
Yeah, but what else has he got to do? He's not got a lot of options left, has he?
We're making good progress.
Oh, yeah.
You're still a global superpower. First place, 39 cities. Tim's catching up gradually.
Tim's got a bit of concentration to get through. He's coming up to a load of cities. Oh, Peru. Wow, Peru's keeping calm and carrying on. And then it's me and you up top with Peru sandwiched in between. And the United States. And then Tim, say.
I mean, United States is looks like he's taken a lot of land, but slightly less than Peru. But in the context of Peru, he's still got to get through the Brazilian jungle to conquer his continent. And then there's the challenge of crossing an ocean.
Oh, I see.
To the battlefield of Africa or Asia.
He's done Cuba, hasn't he? And the other islands. That's where he's got all those cities. Yeah. Oh, how random. So where's he going to go next?
Oh, I see. I don't really know how Brazil and Colombia fit into his alliances. They do at all.
Yeah.
Seems very strange that he's just moved past them. Is he in a coalition? No, he's not. I have absolutely no idea.
Well, my cough is getting the better of me, so I think I'm going to have to go.
God.
But wow, we've got the big threat coming.
Yeah. Mamma mia.
It's going to take him absolutely days to get anywhere. We're going to cut him off, so he's got no airports to go anywhere.
Yeah.
But he's a big one, and we're going to see what he's going to do. So it's goodbye from me.
That's goodbye from me.
Over and out.